Hi everybody, welcome to half the national average for habit hack number 16. 116. Did I just say 16? I think I did. All right, 116 is the second to last one for this week's theme of the power of no. And so today's habit hack is just say no to slop. Say no to slop. So what is slop? If you're a pool player, you know that slop is when you hit your ball and it hits another ball and it goes in anywhere. You didn't call the pocket. So a good pool player, which I am not, I'm kind of a slop player when it comes to pool. But in life, I am not a slop player. I do not count things as my own personal win when it's just slop, right? It just came to me is a kind of a chance thing, right? 50-50% chance. And so what I'm saying is that in your life, how much of your life is just slop? Now, many people will take credit for things that they have nothing to do with. Genetics, for one thing. Sometimes results at work, sometimes results in life, sometimes results of their friends that are just lucky. It's just slop. But when I was with Robert last night, we were having some really good discussion. And he was talking about how so many people live their lives in autopilot, which I completely agree with him, and that they don't really make a choice of the things they're doing in their life. They kind of just move along, and as things come, they like, okay, I'm going to pursue that now. Okay, now I'm going to pursue that because it's an opportunity that popped its head up. Instead of really what I've been asking all of you is to write that list of 100 things and then really choosing for yourself what it is, so calling your pocket, what it is that you want to work on. Now, this might not be the thing that you're going to work on for money. Kind of a side story, and it's been on my mind because I had one of my somebody I work with, she was talking about how she read or heard of an article that said this is going to be the first generation in, like, I don't know, 100 years, where the children of her kids' age are not going to be better off than their parents. And I immediately asked, right, because I'm a thinker in this aspect of it, and I said, what do you mean? Was the article speaking of financial? And she's like, well, yeah, of course. And so it's just funny how we all equate financial as being the indicator of success, when really so many people that have financial security are not particularly successful in life or feel successful or feel happy. And so her, in this particular situation, she was talking about buying a house and having a retirement and all of that stuff. And her son wants to actually live off the grid in the wilderness. And I think that just for so many people, especially going through this COVID, for so many people, me included, it's really made me think about prioritize the things in life that are super important. And what did you waste so many years trading your time for money on, when the things that are going to, it can be taken away in half a second. And the things that really make us happy are never financial things. They can make it a little bit easier, but they're never financial. So again, today's habit hack is all about really not accepting slop. Now, sometimes slop is just getting hooked by a corporation to trade more and more of your time for less really money. I mean, more money maybe on a bigger scale, but less as you're looking at the hourly rate of it, as you're pushing hours and hours. And these goals become, all the corporation goals become all of your goals, versus where are your personal goals. And so again, a lot of kind of philosophical thinking yesterday when we were sitting outside talking during the earthquake, but talking about some of this stuff. And Robert's the type of guy, hey Robert, what's up? He said he he loved my backyard, and he was like, I'm coming back today. And I was like, we're closing, so you better not come back tomorrow. You know what I'm saying. And but it was just so nice to talk to somebody who has been exposed to so many people in life. A lot of different scopes of people, from the top to the bottom of success in every which way you can talk about or think about. And it, again, the conversation was the same. Financial is oftentimes the way people gauge success, but it's rarely the thing that makes anybody happy. So again, this week's goals, please make sure that you do your 100. Just do a list of 100. Pick one. Then plan out a month of practice where you wouldn't need to take a day off, because it's so feasible that it's 5 to 10 minutes of practice of whatever your one thing is. Now, if it's something that you want to, like, one of the things on my list is that I would like to do a solo skydive. And you got to go to school. You have to do a lot of tandems to do that. And but if I were going to choose that would be 5 to 10 minutes a day. I would either look stuff up, I would think about it, I would start to research, I would calculate. Every single day I would touch it. And so even though there's a lot of goals that you can't maybe practice them, I can't skydive 5 to 10 seconds a day, but I can work toward that. So that's kind of what I'd want you to do. And then tomorrow's is all going to be a little bit more about priming, because yesterday we did talk about priming your brain, and how when you prime your brain, you can actually, as long as you're checking it off every day, that's actually priming your brain, getting it ready to think about it for the next day. And so it's really, really important. It's been early habit hacks that you need to write down your goals. You need to write down what your practice is physically. Electronic, it's been proven over and over and over again, writing it down physically works better. And then so write it down so you can check it off. And then last thing, habit hack number 116, do not accept slop for yourself. Do not accept slop as a success. Be deliberate in what you're going to think about when the end of your life comes, that you are proud that you did this compilation of things that you did. All right, man, it really must be getting late. Okay, shoot. Oh, man. The thing I was going to do this at work, but I just was so busy I couldn't do it. So I had to come home. And I think the thing I was going to give away is in my bag in there. So I'm going to give away a separate thing. Actually, I have another thing that I'm giving away tomorrow. I've been trying to accumulate all of the things. And I'm going to Goodwill tomorrow to drop everything off that nobody wants. But this is a timer. So for those of you who don't have an alarm system and you want to act like you're home, and you can plug stuff in and you put it in the wall and you plug it in, and then the timer goes, and then when where it's set, it turns on your lights so that you don't have to come home to an empty, dark house. So this is yours if you want it. If you don't, well, you have to join this project, and you have to pick something, and you have to practice it deliberately for 5, 10, 15 minutes a day for a year. All right, you guys, that's all I have. I am going to go to sleep. I'm so exhausted. And I hope you guys have a great night. Please make sure you sleep with your shoes next to your bed. Sometimes these big earthquakes loosen up Andreas. So let's hope for the best. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.